Hey guys, TestSniper01 here, and today you join me back on the Carlisle Railway, where today we are driving the 4F060 Preserved. So, we need to get ourselves up to Blairmore reverse, so right, let us get us into forwards, and we shall get ourselves moving. When the brakes release, this train does take a little while for the brakes to release. I have played this scenario a couple of other times, so I've got a good idea on what we're doing, so let's get cracked on. We don't want to be accelerating too quickly as we're only in a 15-mile-an-hour zone here. So we'll get somewhere close to that and then we'll just back off completely on the reg. So yes, we're back on the Carlisle Railway, and today we'll be going over the Ribble's Head Viaduct. So we're going to get some fantastic views today. We're going to be going over it a couple of times, to be honest, which is always a good treat for the eyes. So we shall be proceeding over it now, to be honest, once our train and the trucks clear these points. Hopefully we should be able to get a nice view of it. There we go. Let's get a quick screenshot of it. So once our carriages clear this 30-mile-an-hour zone, we shall open the regulator back up and we will back off on the reverser as well. And I've found the best results to get with this train is setting that to 60 and the reverser to 50. Now I do have auto fireman on because I'm still not capable of talking and driving a train. So right then, let's make our way across the viaduct. Look at this. This train is just beautiful. I was so excited to find this scenario when I was having a look through the non-career stuff on a train sim. So let us move over to this side so we can get a good look over the side of the Ribble's Head Viaduct. Let's get a quick picture. Beautiful. It's very nicely modelled inside is this train. So we are making our way across the viaducts. Let's just open up the regulator a bit more. Drop off a little there. I think I need to open it up a little bit more. No, not that much. Let's just leave it alone. We are gaining speed. It's just gaining speed very slowly, but yes, look at that. What more do you need than steam trains in your life, eh? This is just fantastic. Absolutely love it. So we need to be stopping at the Blairmore up reverse. So it's not too far till we get there now. Just under half a mile. Look like that's about 60%. 40% with that. Oh, dropping some water in, I do believe. Yep. Let's drop that to this side. No, actually, we'll go to the outside view. I prefer driving steam on the outside. Much easier. Let's open up this regulator a bit. So, what we have to do is actually come to a stop in a minute. So we shall close off completely on there. Shall close off the reverser. There we go. And we shall actually start applying some brakes. self-laps there. Make sure we give ourselves plenty. Actually, we are going to need to come forwards a bit more than that. Oh, look at that, holding it nicely, just over 9 mile, well, just at 9 mile an hour. Oh, we're still losing speed slowly, but slow enough for what we need. So we'll just let it come forwards a little bit more. Right, let's bring it to a stop. So there we go. Actually, we'll leave the brake on. So we are actually on a bit of a hill. Now, next instructions should be to detach the carriages. And then drive up to Blearmore South. So yep, there we go. Okay, driver, make sure you've left enough room at the back of the train in order to recouple once you are satisfied and couple the locomotive and tender from the carriages. So, there we go. And then proceed to Blearmore South. So, forward, we'll do that, release all the pressure on the brakes. That was quite a nice set-off actually, I wasn't expecting it to set off like that considering. We shall drop that back to about 40%. As you can see, we're accelerating a hell of a lot better with no carriages on. So, didn't quite want to do that. Drop completely off the regulator. And then now that we're on the points, let's start getting some breakage going. Just make sure we're clear of the points. Yep, that's good. Right, so let's come to us. Oh no, we need to go a bit further up. Yeah, sorry game. Many apologies, I was completely wrong there. So right, let's get the brakes on. Let's get that regulator to 0. Then let us get ready to go backwards. Now we've only got a 15 mile an hour speed limit in the sidings here, so we don't want to be going too quick. I'll start dropping the brake pressure off. And there we go, the road has been set for you by Blearmore Box. You are to reverse through the goods loop while observing the 15 mile an hour speed limit. At the other end of the loop you are cleared to re-enter the main running line and are required to stop just beyond the signal BM25 where further instruction will be given. So let's proceed backwards. Only want to be going nice and slow, so we barely need any steam, to be fair, probably barely need any regulator. So let's just leave it at that. Don't need to be going much quicker than that, to be fully honest, so we'll have the bare minimum needed. There we go. So we can only do 15 mile an hour through here, so no point in going any quicker than we need to. Sure, we don't have Bob with us today to be passing us little snippets of information about this, about the line and about the engine. That would have been a little interesting feature. So here we are going through the goods loop. Let's give a little. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, it's down as a medium scenario as this, but I found it quite easy to be honest, but I have had a little bit of practice with steam trains. I'm no expert by far. If I was an expert I'd definitely be doing the manual firing, but there's no chance of that anytime soon, so this is where we are working our way to Blearmore North Runaround. so we can reattach to our coaches here. Then if I remember rightly, we are going backwards back across the Ribble's Head Viaduct, and then that is our scenario over. So we're just coming towards the end of the loop here. This signal is not for us, we can completely ignore that. So as you can see, that's where the junction rejoins the main line. We're just slowly making our way backwards. There we go, this is our signal, we've got a green. Just get a quick screenshot of that. This train is definitely beautiful. So we're just about there now. 0.7 of a mile. So I'm going to completely close the reverser and drop off the regulator completely. I'm going to start thinking about braking shortly. So let's get some good brakes on. Oh, look at that. Couldn't have got that more perfect for myself. Well impressed with that. So we want to be going forwards from here. So once we get the OK, I shall be dropping the brakes. I'll tell you what, I'll drop the brakes a little bit earlier than it should be. See our slow releases of these ones. There we go, we are now ready to run forwards and retrieve the coaches. The ground signal requires you to tap in order to contact the signal, so we need to get permission to pass at danger. The reason it's at danger is because of our coaches that are still on the line. So right, let's open her up. And let's go and retrieve our coaches. Right, so let's close the reverser. We'll close the regulator as well, because we should be carrying enough momentum. If anything, we're probably carrying a little bit much. So I'll just wait until start applying a bit of brake now. Let's release that little bit of brake. Let's apply a bit more, let's release it. Give it a little tickle. A little bit more. There we go. And let's get them attached. We are now ready to run tender first to Ribble Head, where we will pick up passengers followed by the short descent to settle. So we need to get in reverse. Let's get going. So we've only got a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit here. So let's keep a good close eye on that. Alright, so yeah, we've got to pick up the passengers and then we go to settle. So we've got 2 stops to perform this way. Let's get that closed off to 50%, we don't need any more. So otherwise we'll be breaking the speed limit. We are going downhill, let's drop it right back to 16%. Can't need any pressure. I do like that glow from the fire, that's a nice little effect. So we're off back across the Ribble's Head Viaduct. Let's get a quick screenshot of it. Beautiful. Right, so I'm just going to drop off completely on the regulator there. As we are still gaining natural speed. from the descent of the hill. We'll have a little bit of brake. Put that back into self-flat. Might just need a little bit more. Yep, there we go. No, we need a little bit more. There we go. We've got it just right there. We need to be careful as we're coming into the platform here, as we need to remember that the train needs to be past the platform so the carriages can fit on. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, to be honest. So we're starting to slow down nicely now. Let's start slowly bleeding a little bit of pressure, a bit more pressure into the brakes. Not much. Just enough to start slowing us down a bit more than what we are now. Start applying that a bit more. Right, and we shall leave it at that. We can get down to about 15 mile an hour and then I'll just drop all pressure for now. Or I'll just bleed a little bit through. Alright, a little bit quicker than that. A lot more quicker than that. So otherwise we really will come to a stop. That's not quite what we want to be doing just yet. So I'll just swing the camera around to here. And start applying a little bit more brake. Leave that at self-flat. Nicely done, nicely done. Let's keep the carriages coming. We need to go beyond the platform so we can fit all the carriages on. So let's just keep these carriages coming a little bit further. Right, there we go, that shall do. And there we go. Let's pick up some passengers and let's get a quick snapshot of new and old here. Beautiful. That is just amazing. So he's up. Oh no. There we go. He's now leaving. He very much jumped forwards on his leaving. There's. And what we will be doing after this stop is we will be heading backwards again, down to Settle. And then that will be all for this scenario. It's a nice fun little scenario is this, a little bit of shunting. Well, a little bit of running around, but just makes it for me. I do enjoy it. It's nice to see old and new as well on the same line. It's fantastic. Right, we are ready to go. Don't know when we were ready to go, but I'm not really that bothered. So right, go on, drop all that brake pressure so we can get moving. There we go. So I'm going to put this regulator straight back to 28% as the brake pressure drops. There we go. So moving away from Ribble's Head, is it? Yeah, Ribble Head. Now we're heading down to Settle. Should be a nice easy run seeing as it's downhill. And it's in 10 miles by, yeah. Which is handy, at least we'll be able to go at least 60 mile an hour when yeah, there we go. 60 mile an hour backwards, this is going to be so much fun. The carriages will obviously be helping our acceleration as we are going downhill. Yes. that. That is just amazing. We shall leave the regulator and the reverser at that maybe. Alright, drop it down to 7%. Just so we're not losing too much pressure too quickly. No, of course it's putting water in at the moment, so 60% should do. We are going downhill, so all is well. So yes, a nice easy 10 miles down to settle now. All I've got to do is manage our speed, make sure we don't go above that 60 mile an hour. There we go, the train's starting to stretch its legs now. Just drop the reverser a little bit. We are gaining pressure back in the boiler as well as we are going downhill. So if we put it at about 75%, yeah. Nice, look at that, we're gaining speed. We're going like a rocket now. There's a Class 66. Hello Class 66, we'll be driving you in the next video. That'll be the part 2 of the learning the ropes. So we will drop the reverse down to 63%. Actually, I'll move it up a little bit. Oh yeah. We're cracking on now, getting towards that 60 mile an hour speed limit. Look at the miles are dropping off. Open that up, see if we can find a sweet spot for 60 mile an hour. Actually, I'm just going to close it now. Because we are at 60 mile an hour, we will close this reverser for now. And we shall start applying a little bit of brake. Just to try and hold us at that nice 60 mile an hour. Look like it's going to happen. Let's start bleeding a bit of pressure back out. There we go. That's just a little bit more. Yes, look at that, oh no, just need that little bit more. That's better. So we've only got just over 7.5 miles to go till we get into settle now. We're managing to hold just over 60 mile an hour, so we are dead on target. Listen to that silence. Oh, must be feeding some water and coal in. Just going to feed a little bit more pressure into the brakes. There we go. Just that tiny little bit, just enough to keep us going. Just have a little bit too much in there. Is that better? Let's just drop all the pressure for now. So we've got about another 7.5 minutes to go. Just need to keep a close eye on this speed. We don't want to be going any too quick. Don't want to be breaking the speed limit, do we? Especially not backwards, jeez. It's ending a disaster. A massacre. Which is the last thing I want. So warning whistle to anyone on the platform. Coming through. Backwards at a very quick pace. Just losing a little bit too much speed there. Let's put these back into running. So we've got just over 5.5 miles to go now till we get into Settle. Just maintain this speed, maintain the pressure, maintain our steam, bit of boiler management and all that. We'll start applying a little bit of brake. There we go. Should start bringing our speed down. Yep, there we go. Nicely done. Let's put back into self-lapped. Alright, let's just drop that pressure again. Nice little river there. So nice and steady. Keep an eye on that speed. We don't want to be going too quick now, do we? Let's put that back into self-lapped. Losing a fair bit of speed there now. Just drop all this brake pressure. So yes, we are doing well on this run. Do enjoy a good steam engine. I can't wait to get enough practicing to be able to drive them without auto fireman on. But that'll take a lot of management and probably result in a very silent video. So I'll probably try and find some backing music of some sort. But we shall get there one day. Right, let's start feeding a bit of steam back in now. So we are starting to lose a fair bit of speed. We've got just over 3.5 miles to go. So we run through this little valley. This little delve in the rocks. Obviously to try and keep the line as flat as possible. So we're just gaining speed at a nice pace again. What I'll do is I shall drop this reverse back to 0, thank you. We shall close that off again completely. Apply a little bit of brake and we shall go back to self-lapped. Still gaining a bit of speed. There we go, beautiful. Beautiful. Job's a peach. So we've got just under 2.5 miles now till we get into Settle. I'll just leave the brakes at that, that just seems to be balancing it nicely. Oh, bit of interior cab view as we go through this tunnel. I think that happens a couple of times on this bit. This is a couple of tunnels that we need to go through. Oh, another Class 66, hello. So, we are just about there. Just over 1.5 miles to go. And there it is on the mini-map, as I would call this. So I'm just going to increase this brake pressure to about 18. Just so it starts bringing us to a nice slow and steady stop. I'll increase the pressure if we need to. Everything in moderation. yes, this is going nicely. So we've got less than a mile to go now. Let's get a bit more pressure onto them brakes, about that much. Leave that self-flat. Probably going to increase that pressure once we get to half a mile. Yeah, we're definitely going to. Might not actually, I might just leave it at that. Nah, a bit more pressure. A lot more pressure. We are coming in to settle platform 1. We need a lot of pressure, a lot more pressure now. A lot more pressure. Just so we can get stopped in time by Eck. Might be cutting this a bit fine. Let's get all the pressure. Start dropping that pressure actually. I've just applied a little bit too much at once there. Need to come up a little bit further please, train. Come on. I haven't quite got all the carriages on the platform. Right, that'll do, that'll do. Get that to 90, yeah. And that'll do. Did we quite get the last one on the platform? Let's go and have a look. Yes, not quite. Train's just too long. Ah well. Passengers on the last carriage will just have to move up to get out. So that was our the Ribble run around scenario on Train Simulator 2017. That was a nice and enjoyable run, nothing too strenuous there. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. If you didn't enjoy it, you know where to click. And feel free to leave any comments, any improvements or dislikes that you had about the video. And hopefully we shall see you next time for the next video. So thank you very much for watching and take care.